Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Hi, you guys. I had a spread that was completely done, but I kind of messed up on the date. I was doing a spread, well, I'm going to repeat it here because I don't want people to correct me. I accidentally, first I said, I'm doing a spread for the year January 2025. And then you know me, I carry on, I talk. And then when I went to, right before I threw the cards, I said, I made the mistake of January 24. I know what that reading was. It was a good reading, and I'm really disappointed, and I'd like to upload it, but I know a lot of people will correct me. Wait a minute, now it's all wrong because you said 24 and not 25. So this is why I have to start over. So here we go. Starting over again. Yes, but at first I want to do my little rant as usual. Page 6, everyone's saying speaks for Meghan and Harry. A lot of people are saying, yeah, they act like they're getting invitations, but then they act like they're rejecting the invitations when there was never any invitations involved ever before. As we know, it's their virtue signaling, wishful thinking, fantasy. And then people won't question or whether or not they went or not. And then so they look like they're the ones making the decisions, and they never do, right? So the storylines are always kind of pathetic. Another person said, Duper's Delight by False Spins, yep. And every summer they play the PR games, and here we are yet into another summer, so it continues. But they do it in the winter time too. Actually, they do it year round, so that's actually not true. It's not just summer. It's 24/7, 24 months out of the year, or excuse me, 12 months out of the year. Whoops, yep, I'm running my mouth kind of fast here. What else do I want to say? Yeah, this morning I was on Facebook. A friend from high school that I was a cheerleader with did this post of this guy. His name's David Goggins. And they have him as, this is not my words, this is what they're saying, that he is the baddest man on the planet. I mean, he is like he's just the most badass is what they're calling him. And anyways, yeah, he has the Guinness Book World Record with the military. So this is why I'm bringing it up, because it's military. And anyways, he's the only person ever to complete the U.S. Army Ranger, the U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Navy SEAL. And each one of these attempts are nearly impossible, yet he completed all three. And plus, he also, not only did he pass, but he also served honorably for all three. And so then I thought, wonder what this guy's doing now. I was thinking he'd be some old dude who's like in a wheelchair and on his deathbed or something. I don't know. I just thought that he would be, you know, I thought he'd be some major senior citizen or whatever. But what I ended up finding was a very fit, you know, passionate man who's still working hard on it and has an Instagram account. So I was like, oh, okay. So David is a very good looking black man, and incredibly fit and incredibly ruthlessly, brutally honest. He gets a lot of complaints. I watched one video on his Instagram, and basically he was calling out and correcting people because, well, they were correcting him and complaining. Yeah, it's kind of like what happens when you're a social media person. So he was correcting people who want to bitch, moan, and complain about they can't do it attitude, the whole can't do it attitude. So he was tearing into them and told them to grow a pair, told them that just because you have a small penis doesn't mean it should hold you back, stuff like that. You know, there are no excuses. And so he went on and on and on. And I thought, wow, Harry could really use him as an example to lead him. And so naturally I started following him, and naturally I had to leave a comment about Harry. So yes, I did. Oh, I bet you don't like Harry, Prince Harry, his fake awards and giving out awards when here he was Bunker Harry. To that effect is what I said on his feed. So if I should hear back from him, that would be fun. I would like to hear back from him, but I seriously kind of doubt it. But if he does, I'll let you know. So anyways, yeah, David Goggins, beautiful, gorgeous man, still young, vital, and man, is he stellar. So anyways, so that gets me on to the next thing here. The picture of Harry with two kids, Lily, Lilibet and Archie. Archie, you know, a lot of people are saying, yeah, okay, it looks like they got a fake Archie, and then it looks like Lilibet was layered on Photoshop, and then people are like, is that an arm or a leg? What is that? So it's all this more falsehoods. Nobody's believing anything. And so I'm like, well, okay, what am I going to read on? So then I decided, well, I guess I'm going to do a prediction spread for January 25. And that's where I kind of screwed up the last time, because I did say January 25, but then right before I started pulling, I said January 24. And I know that wouldn't bode well with people. They're going to be like, wait a minute, now it's all wrong because you said 24. So that's why I have to start over. So here I am. Long-winded and fast, I know, sorry. Well, let's see, how long was that? Well, okay, that was a little over 5-minute rant. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get going. There we go. 25, the 25, year 25. Let's do them separately. I did do them together. I know Meghan is going to look for a replacement supply source. She's failing at everything. And so I have to do them separately because they're not really an item. They're going their own direction. Neither one of them are going down the same road. What Meghan does for herself, but when Harry does something, she has to insert herself in his business, but she will not allow him into her business. She's going to still gun for influencer stuff. She's going to still gun for a primary source supply replacement. She will keep trying. She's not going to give up. We know she's tungsten. We know she never gives up, so she's going to keep gunning for that. Harry's got a whole different thing going on here. So let's get Harry first. Harry, the year January 2025. Okay, I said that right. January 2025. What's it gonna look like for Harry January 2025? He's going to be looking for hope and healing. He doesn't want to suffer from shame anymore. So the shame avoidance, and this is, I know it's kind of weird, but I kind of jokingly call the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, I found my Jesus moment, because that's someone who's been suffering from extreme shame, all of a sudden wants to go into correction mode. Because 5 of Pentacles upright is a self-pity where you have a blown ego, that homeless, outcast, lone wolf vibe card, the orphan energy in reverse. So he's going to want to go home. Home for a new beginning, new job. He wants to be where he feels safe and where he can avoid shame. He's going to go into shame avoidance, try to heal it. So basically, I found my Jesus moment. I woke up. Okay, I get it. I get it. It's kind of like when people go to prison and all of a sudden they go good. That's kind of how the vibe is. You know, that's why I say I found my Jesus moment. There we go. And he's run out of money, and that's why he needs to go home. That's why he's going to find his Jesus moment, and why he's going to probably want forgiveness, give forgiveness, and all that. So, yeah, and he's going to want to avoid the shame of the world because he no longer is self-sufficient. 9 of Pentacles upright is I found my cornucopia of life. I'm stable and I'm independent. He is not independent. He needs to go back home to where he belongs. I know nobody likes this, but he wants to feel connected to a space where he can get his investments, money coming in, where he can make better sound judgments in life, because he hasn't made sound judgments since he's been out on his own, and he cannot take care of himself. Silver spoon, he's never been really self-sufficient, and this is him returning back to his roots. So that will be Harry. Harry's going back, you guys, like it or not. Doesn't mean he's going to be working, doesn't mean he's going to be in everyone's faces, but it will mean him going back, aiming for healing. And and he will become religious. Because upright, you're not truly religious, you're spiritually broke. Here, he's going to find Jesus. That's that find Jesus card. So let's get to the challenging position. Challenging position. Challenging position for Harry. Challenging position would be acceptance. Will they take me back and accept my asking for healing, asking for forgiveness, because he doesn't want to go through the bereavement. He doesn't like being told no. He doesn't like the relationship issues. He doesn't like feeling the regret, the indifference of other people. He doesn't like the feeling that he cannot fix it. He wants to get out of the stages of grief. He doesn't want to be on the shelf. He doesn't want to be detached. He's no longer wanting to keep doing the betrayal and the separation. Now will you forgive me? So he's the one who will be doing the apology because he's trying to do shame avoidance. He can't take care of himself. It boils down to money for Harry. So, and he's going to have to heal. And will they heal? That's a challenging. Can he actually heal, and will anyone accept it? Public won't, but maybe a few private people will. Focal point. Focal point. Harry, 2025. 25. Well, finding someone who will accept him. Yep, so this is the Lovers card. That's the focal point. I know he's always put Meghan first, but this could be someone else. I'm going to challenge that card, the Lovers card. Challenge the Lovers card. Clarify the Lovers card. Clarify the Lovers card. He needs somebody nurturing to travel with. Yep, so he is going to be looking for loving, nurturing, and female energy with empowerment. And I don't think that's Meghan, because my previous spread, my feelings on them is this is not him and Meghan doing the moon bump travels together. I think that has been his life, but that's why he's been in shame, and now he's in shame avoidance and wants apologies. But the focal point always has been the reason why they travel so much, or why they travel too much to even look like they even have kids. But he wants someone that actually probably can give him children. He probably actually wants someone he can travel with that actually loves him. Meghan will be the one doing that. Meghan's going to be the one looking for a relationship that she can pretend that she's nurturing and loving and empathetic, so that she can do some traveling. I think Meghan will be doing traveling. He's going to do shame avoidance. But I think he wouldn't mind himself finding someone that he can actually feel loved, cared about, nurtured, mother energy. The focus is him, as he thought Meghan was that person. He thought Meghan was that person to travel the world with. And that's why he was in so much shame, and now he wants to heal it. And please forgive me, because I really thought she was the one. She was pretending to be like my mother, the mother energy card of the Empress. Hidden energy for Harry. Hidden energy for Harry. Hidden energy for Harry. Hidden, the root. He knows he can never be a working royal again, and that he's going to have to do things his own way, that he's not going to be leveled up, he's leveled down, he's going to be told no. And it's also just basically, it's a divorce position, wedding in reverse. So he knows it's the likelihood of him ever getting married again probably will never happen, because he thought he found that in Meghan. So not likely, even if he does hook up with someone. Basically, in reverse, the Hierophant is trying to be at peace in the situation. It is the marriage card in reverse. It is the mentor card in reverse. So basically, it is, rebellion. It is a position of unconventional life, and the family values in reverse. So he knows that marriage relationship with Meghan, the focal point was always the two of them, of rebellion and shame, and causing a lot of bereavement, pain, separation, and lots of regrets and relationship issues. He now just wants peace. He wants to go home, but he knows he can't be accepted. He knows it's a no. He can't get what he wants. Getting that position he had before is just not going to happen. So he knows that's not a possibility. Taking the high road did not happen when he was married to Meghan. It's the low road. He kept taking the low road, thinking he was taking the high road with her, but really it was a low road for the family. And now the family's a low vibe, and with regrets and being told no. They won't take her back. So she's not coming back. If they stay married, you cannot come back and get the hope. He realizes that. Past position that doesn't serve for Harry. Past position that doesn't serve for Harry. Meghan rising up, helping her and promising her that she will be popular, assertive, get her whatever, being famous, liked, loved, boss woman. That does not serve. He also knows a lot of women aren't going to be too excited about him. Getting someone who's popular and assertive, magnetic, woo, I'm not marrying that. He kind of thought she was all that. And that's why he's in this position of shame avoidance now. Going into the future. Yeah, because she really played herself as being likable, everything, that she can get whatever she wanted. Confident boss. She's not magnetic. She's not rising up. And he got caught into the sexual end of it, because the Queen of Wands is very sexual. And that's not going to serve him. He doesn't care to be that way with her. And she's not confident. That was all a mask. And her rising up is not going to serve. He doesn't care about her rising up anymore, because like I said, She does it for herself. She's going to travel and nurture and birth whatever she wants for herself, but she will always be a rebellion individual when it comes to marriage, and there's really no marriage. It was all about her rising up and elevating, because she was the shame individual who was a broke individual, made him broke, made him lose everybody, and she made promises, I can do anything, but no, she can't. So, he doesn't believe in that storyline anymore of what she paints about herself. What she paints about herself was all false, because she's not magnetic. People are not drawn to her. In fact, people see her as someone who is an erratic, dramatic, raging, not her true self, flat effect, boring, you know what. So here we go, going into the future. He is ready. Whoa, I got 2 here. He's ready to rebuild himself. He's seeing the world, and he sees things differently now. Oh, he woke up. He has woken up, but he just can't act on it. He is waking up. He knows it, but he can't do it because he's not welcome back. And that's what's driving him to go feel kind of crazy. And he really wants to avoid all that. So the next position here is he can't cope. He's not coping. He feels like dropping the ball on literally everything. It's just, I can't cope with life. I can't cope with the small ups and downs in life and barely getting by. So he can't live that way. He doesn't have the ability, the flexibility, the resources. He can't even make decisions. Upright is someone who can make decisions and cope. He can't even make simple decisions for himself. So thinking that he can do what he wanted, he's had this shocking life event here with the Tower of thinking he can rise up from the ashes with his wife. Well, that didn't happen. How am I going to rise up from the ashes now? I had such a shocking event that they won't let me back now. Oh, no, I can't have whatever I want. They used to always fix everything. Oh, boy, now what am I going to do? I got to elevate myself, and now I see things from a different perspective and a different lens now. And I'm feeling quite uncomfortable here, and I need to change. I need to transform myself. And the world has changed, and how am I going to rebuild myself in a world? Now I see the world for what it is. See, he was in a little bubble. She really got in his brain of, oh, let me do it. I'm so spiritual. I'm a yoga. I'm vegan. No, you're not, girl. Yeah, Instagram, you guys, her vegan false narrative of that too. You'll see her eating steaks and stuff just a month or 2 before meeting him with some other guy, okay? So everything's a lie. He knows it. He knows she's total rebellion. He knows he married the wrong person. He should have never married her. He never really wanted to marry her. If you look at the ceremony, you will see the look on his face. Does that look like a man who's excited to marry a woman? No. Now, on top of the fact she had a fly land on her face, on top of the fact that his grandmother's giving her the stink eye because he knows what an evil woman she is. Nobody wanted this to happen, and he should have never done it. And he was so rebellious, he went forward and he did it anyways. And then they faked it, they traveled. They've never been able to get what they wanted. They've never made sound judgment. It was very poor judgment. He can no longer cope with life the way it is. Them saying that Meghan can't cope or can't handle her new reality, that's Harry too. It's both of them. Outside influences affecting the Tower and the Hangman for Harry. Harry's lonely. The world's changed, and I'm lonely, and I need to heal. Everyone's telling him Harry needs to heal. Harry, you need to go in and do some soul searching. Harry, why don't you heal your dark side? Go through the dark night of the soul, Harry. Harry, have you gained some profound knowledge now? You did deliberately remove yourself from your family. You did create this major transformation of your life. You did the unexpected, shocking event to your family and to yourself, thinking you were going to rise up as some celebrity. But wow, the world sure showed you with that hangman. And now you're Mr. Lonely Guy by yourself. And basically, you need to shed this old self and build a new self. Kind of like the Tower. He needs to shed himself. Wow, you see things differently now. So it's kind of like being like in a kind of like, what is it? Who are those? The Amish people, where a young man goes out to the world and they find out whether or not they want to be out in the world or not, or come back. This is the vibe I get. Harry's like that Amish boy who was living a bubbled life, isolated life, realized what the life and world is really about. And now he's woken up and he's like, oh God, what do I do now? I need to go back. So he knows he needs to go back, but he can't totally go back in the same energy that it was before. You never can. You can't get back the past. And now he has to heal himself. He has to heal all those old wounds and that dark versions of himself in order to truly transform himself. And this is the message he's getting from the world. And that the world does not like Meghan, and the world's telling him, you're dependent, Harry. You can't cope. You're so dependent, you can't cope. You thought that, huh? Well, that's funny, Mr. Rebellion. Well, you're shame avoidance. Why don't you go back home, Harry, and apologize to your family? And that's basically what this spread is saying. So maybe 25 will be the year of Harry trying to make amends. That's what it's looking like. And being able to do it as long as he dumps her. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears for Harry 25. Hopes and fears for Harry 25. Hopes and fears for Harry 25. That is it. Justice, cause and effect. Yeah, he knows he's going to suffer the consequences of his behavior, which means you don't get to be a working royal. Now you're way down and you will no longer be considered as ever being a king of England. You will never be a king of England. You keep going down further and further. And you'll be disregarded because of the legal repercussions of what they've done. It is a legal matter to fake pregnancy and get them into the line of succession, so he's going to have to suffer the consequences. Final outcome. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, he's going to have to do it his own way. We love you, or, hey, we see you're trying to heal and rebrand yourself and, rise yourself back up here, but this is a legal matter, and you're going to have to definitely do it your own way. It's loss of resources, bankruptcy, legal issues, getting what you deserve. He's going to have a feeling of loss. So whatever legal issues he puts out there, he's going to lose. He's going to lose more. He's going to have more financial losses. He's going to feel terrible. He's going to want to get out of it. Wow, I wasted my time with Meghan. I wasted my time. He might play somewhat pity, say, I wasted my time trying to get back into full enjoyment with my family. He also wasted time with Meghan thinking he can get the abundance and the full enjoyment and get the island of stability that she promised that she could give him. That he made a wise investment in Meghan. He did not make a wise investment in Meghan. He made a foolish investment. The fruits of life are not coming in. There's nothing stable and secure with Meghan or in California, or even being out of the royal family. He's not going to feel stable. So basically, he's not going to feel good at all. And that comes to a negative legacy for him. He will always be the negative legacy of the crown. He will never get out of it. It will always be that way. And that is the cause effect of lonely Harry, who never knew what he was going to do with his life. He always likes to subdue his conscious mind. He's always going to need to soul search. He's going to have to remove himself from other people in order to heal himself. He's going to have to be careful who he associates with because he has a drug problem. He's going to have to be careful who he hangs out with because most people aren't going to be interested in him. He's not going to cope too well because he can't get back what he had. He's going to feel like my whole family is being nasty to me because 10 of Pentacles in reverse is my family's being nasty to me. So it's going to follow him. He's not going to get what he wants. It's total bankruptcy, legal, loss. He's going to end up being lonely Harry. That is very lonely Harry with legal problems, and he's not going to cope too well. He's not going to have the money and the resources. He's not going to feel connected to wherever space he's forced to go to because, no, you can't come back. We hope that he will find God. He will have his Jesus moment, but he's not going to get the solid foundations, and he is that negative legacy that's going down in the history books. He will always be in the history books as Harry legally screwed up, and he has to do it his own way, the family rebellious person who can never cope. And while the world showed him what he needs to do is elevate himself, see things from a different perspective. He will see things from a different perspective, that Meghan snagged him, promised him the world here. But really, it was estrangement, because Five of Pentacles is the estrangement, and now he wants everything back. And it was always about her leveling herself up. It had nothing to do with him and everything to do with her. He can't get back into the family. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. He's the bad apple in the family, so he can't truly get back what he lost. He cannot gather the resources. He will never be a team player. So he will never be a team player. He'll never be allowed, and because he's getting cut out. So he's getting cut out of the royal family. Things are going to be hacked and slashed, out for good, out for good. Total negative legacy of Prince Harry. The prince that was, is basically what the spread says. So it's the prince that was. So he's not looking for a happy future, a very not coping well at all. Let's get Meghan 2025, January 25. Meghan, January 25. Meghan, January 25. Meghan, January 25. Be clear. Be clear. January 25, Meghan. That one's out. Bad news. Page of Cups in reverse. So she's going to feel just equally as vulnerable. No new beginnings like she thought. So everything she tries is probably going to fail. She's not going to have her head up in the clouds anymore. They're going to be somewhere else, which is down below. Oh, yeah. So basically, she's going to play victim, wounded, and negative announcements, poor emotional growth, immaturity. She's going to just have, she's going to put out more negative news. It's going to be more lack of self-love. Her needs are not being met, uncomfortable with her lifestyle, total arrested development here. Negative news probably about the kids will come out. Yeah, not going to like that she did not give birth to those children, because Page of Cups upright is the new beginning of a baby. It's kind of another baby card. Well, everyone's going to find out she didn't have those babies. So everyone keeping their head up in the clouds about her babies. Well, sorry, you never did heal. It was never idealistic. And she's not going to have lovey-dovey messages. She's going to put out negative messages. She's probably going to do that through bots and sugars and all of that. She won't do it. She'll try to keep her hands clean and use other people. We're running out of resources, running out of money, having to spend her own. Four of Pentacles, which is bad news for her, because she likes to spend other people's money to promote herself. So she's running out of money. She can't, the greeds, the bank's going dry. Lost possessions, lost resources, lost relationships, lost attachments. She has to drop her pattern of behavior of spending. So she won't be able to spend lots and lots of lost money. She will be draining it. She's just running low, you guys. And that's negative news, negative message for her, especially since she needs other people. She cannot take care of herself. She's no feminist. She's just a user. And then she runs. She gets what she can and she goes. That's her money, is using people, using other people's money. Challenging position for Meghan. So she's probably going to be dropped by anyone who supports her. Anyone who supports her or gives her money for her ambitions, for her PR, anything she gets from them to put out messages is lost. And everyone's going to find out that she's pretty sick and that she never gave birth. It's the moon bumps being revealed with the moon in reverse. So all the truth's coming out. And so she cannot get out of it. The illusion is being revealed. Yeah, that you are mentally sick. Wow, aren't you something? Wow, she should have dropped that behavior. So she knows that it's not believed. And a lot are lost of relations because they're going to realize the truth. She didn't give birth. The moon bump stories are being revealed. Focal point by 25. Focal point. It's going to be same with her. It's going to be a shocking event to a lot of people. They're going to be, what? She didn't give birth? What? Oh my God, this is life-changing event. Oh my God, it's a major shift. Oh my God, wow. How is she going to rise up from the ashes? This is a major shift. So it's a major shift of disappointment and revealing and losing a lot of people who were supporting her. Past position for January 2025. January 2025. Boy, they're going to see her as the devil, and that does not serve her. She got all the control and resources that she wanted. She was able to puppet people for her own benefit. She was able to induct people into submission of compliance for her benefit. And that she can't do anymore. She cannot control people anymore because everyone knows what she is, so it's not going to work anymore. That is of the past. You cannot do that anymore. Puppeting people and taking and no giving is not going to work for her anymore. Addiction, getting people addicted to her, not going to work. Getting addicted to other people, not going to work. Her addictions, not going to work for anymore. All her manipulation, getting people to be obedient and manage impressions of her, and her dark fantasies are no longer applicable and no longer are going to work. The pattern of behavior has to be dropped because everyone's going to see her for what she is, the devil. As Queen Elizabeth said, she's evil. She's very evil. She's not going to like that. An evil, mentally sick person who's a vulnerable, weak individual with arrested development who created a major shocking event for a lot of people to try and rise herself up, trying to rebuild herself. So once again, she's going to try to rebuild with all this negative energy. It's not going to happen. Hidden energy. What's hidden? Hidden for January 2025 for Meghan. 2025 for Meghan. 2025 for Meghan. 2025. Meghan 2025. There we go. Boom. Ooh, she's going to be emotional and sad and crying. But I'm a loving person. I'm a Queen of Cups upright. I'm not reversed. I'm loving. I'm kind. I'm empathetic. I'm trustworthy. I am creative. I can create something. No, you can't. She's going to be driven to create, to rebuild herself with the Tower. And she's out of money to do it, which is negative message, and everybody knows they shouldn't work with her. The fantasy, she cannot keep that fantasy going. She's going to try to fantasize, but the challenge is keeping it alive in her mind because she knows in her mind it's just not panning out here. But gosh, I'd really like to keep fantasizing about what I can create. The thing is, she needs other people to do it. She needs other resources and people to do it for her, and she doesn't have those people to do it for her that she can control to get at the money and control them to do it for her. So she is going to attempt to fantasize, and it's going to be a real struggle for her to look at the reality and that fantasy is crashed and burned, and she's so divorced from reality. How are you going to elevate yourself when you're divorced from reality and the world is telling you no, that you're such a vulnerable, weak, and you really can't create. You use other people and you need other people, yet you don't have these people. So where's your projects, Meghan? Let's get to the next position, the outside influences, or excuse me, the future. The future, the future, the future, the future. There we go, the future. The future, she's going to be like, fear me, worship me. Not King of Wands in reverse. Yes, please worship me. I'm going to be the Hitlerian dictator here. I got the God complex, and I'm going to wear my mask with my egomaniacal attitude, and I'm going to be a very malignant person. I have no true self, and I'm just going to be a bully tyrant, and you better worship me. So she's going to become more toxic, more mentally sick. It's going to be a very, very challenging aspect for her to deal with all the negative messages from the world, which is going to be shocking to her that she's so unloved. People see her as such a sick person. And so she's going to get more toxic because of the devil here and the worship me, fear me. I'm God here. Well, this is going to be very much a struggling thing, and she's going to cry and weep and try and use her emotions to get her way. Female psychopathic energy uses emotions, and they pretend that they're loving and so helpful and so nurturing, but really they're very dark, and so she's going to attempt that. She's going to attempt using her emotions to her benefit, that she's not some toxic person. Please help me, rise me up. Help me, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm so weak. Someone help me. So she's going to play vulnerable. I'm so young. I'm new at this. I don't know how to do it. So she's going to play like, I'm stupid. I don't know how. I'm trying. That kind of energy. That real pity me. I'm trying. Feelings in the situation. Yeah, that guy can really give her dark plans. Yeah, that military guy, he can give Meghan some good lessons too. He would definitely throw her down too. Yeah, David, what is it, Goggins? David Goggins would give her a word or two. So dark plan. So she'll come up with a dark plan because you better fear me, and I'm gonna fabricate this if I have to. I am God, don't hear me roar, and it's going to be a dark plan, and you may not like it because I don't have an authentic self and I really don't care kind of energy, and I can't manifest what I want, and people don't fear me, so I'm going to cheat and steal and do what I have to do with that 8 in reverse because I can't truly work. I like to make it look like I work, but I really don't work. So how am I going to rise up when I don't want to work and I just want everyone to fear me so I can get the money? It's all crashing down. She used fear, bullying, dark plans, fear to get money, to rise up, to elevate herself by using her pity play emotions, and it's all falling apart. It's just another dark plan. And she doesn't have the skills. She's going to try to cut corners. She's got poor judgment. She needs to learn more. There's a lot of people involved, too many people involved. It's fake. Her job is fake. Every job is fake. She just wants the money. This is all she's after right here. She just wants to do drugs, get the money, and enjoy life. I just want to self-sabotage myself with the overabundance of too much of a good thing. And I'm not going to work for it. So that's Meghan in a nutshell. Just let me lay on a couch, do drugs, and look at social media and my image, and have millions and millions thrown in the bank for me. Next card, outside influences of the world. What's the world showing Meghan? In January 25, what is the world going to show Meghan? There we go. Ooh, there it is. It's sitting there and it's flipped. She went down the wrong path. Oh, I did go down a wrong path. She's not willing to learn anything. She's not willing to put any effort into anything. She has no life path. Her life path is going to fall apart, and everyone's going to be like, what are you doing now, Meghan? Well, that's not going to work out. That's going to fall apart, and that is the falling apart position. So everyone's going to talk about how she's a bully, and she doesn't put in any effort or work. She doesn't even have the educational experience or the expertise to do what she claims to do. It's all dark plans. It's all fabricated and false. And she likes to control and maintain her resources and her greed, but that's falling apart. So with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, she's isolated. She's basically, more bad news is going to keep coming out about her. Very bad news. People are going to say no one's going to be loyal to her or dedicated to her. She's not loyal or dedicated. She's a procrastinating dropout. She's going to lack progress, and she's not practical, and she's too lazy. She won't work, she's too lazy, and nothing's going to work out. She is strictly about enjoy life, sit back, and just throw the money in my account. That's Meghan. Let's get to the next position, the hopes and fears for January 25. Make sure I don't mess that up. January 25 for Meghan. January 25. I got 3 cards here. Well, January 25, more lies for January 25, and lots of harsh conversations, a lot of clouded judgments. She might say, well, I just had a little bit of clouded judgment. Well, yeah, I lied. I had some clouded judgment. Probably when the fake pregnancies come out, say, yeah, that was clouded judgment. And that's why I left. I had to leave because they wouldn't let me. They didn't accept me. So she'll make it into a pity play victim thing that she wasn't pregnant. Well, yeah, I lied about that, but it would be such bad news that it was a challenge keeping the illusion going. And yes, I did lie. Yes, I did go down and yes, it was a dark plan, and I shouldn't have done it. And I was just emotional, and I had no choice. That's why I had to cut out, and that's why I was not able to talk about it. I was not allowed to talk about it. It was too painful to talk about, so I couldn't talk about it. It was too stressful, and so I just had to cut out and leave. So that's the way she's going to spin it. I was unable. I couldn't. They held me back. I wanted to. Oh, I wanted to have those children myself. That's a lie. She never did. She never did. She never did. She never has wanted to. That's why she got fixed when she was young. She never did, but she's going to lie about that too. I really wanted to be the mother. No, you didn't. Next position next to it is, I wanted to kill myself. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. They might be. I wanted to unalive myself. That's a lie. I wanted to hurt myself because I couldn't, and I can never glow up. I can never glow up, and I can never get the attention. I couldn't draw attention to it. It had to stay in the shadows because of it. They wanted to keep me in the shadows because I could not carry. This isn't fair. Having to hide out. She's going to lie about not being truthful. She should have been truthful. She should have been a voice for it. She should have been a speaker about women who are unable or chose not to and why they do it. She could have been a voice for it. She could have glowed up, but she's going to lie. She's a very dangerous person who's willing to kill to keep the lie because she wanted to be a star. She wanted to be a celebrity. So now she's going to have to stay in the shadows. She's going to keep lying about staying in the shadows, and she's just she desires self-harm for herself. And she also will hurt other people. She's a very dangerous person who will definitely slash you. That sword is down. She will lie to you. She will kill you. She will slash you. She will delete you because she cannot get what she wants. That's how dangerous and dark she is, because she is the devil. And she is mentally sick. And she's always vulnerable. And she pretends that she's got high emotions and high empathy. She does not. Very much a spread of a malignant, psychopathic, narcissist energy who's willing to do anything to glow up, but she's glowing down. She's now a wallflower who's going to keep lying, and she has self-harming tendencies. She's not a happy person. She doesn't have the confidence. It's faux confidence. It's not there. That's all fake. A malignant person truly is not happy. They can't feel joy. It's anhedonia. She cannot truly feel it. It's all artificial. This is artificial. She will always go down the wrong road. She will always have dark plans. She will always be ruthless and aggressive. She will always be the aggressive type who's willing to kill and lie to become a celebrity. And it's not panning out. Final outcome. Meghan, January 25. Meghan, January 25. Meghan, January 25. She's an antisocial personality disorder with the High Priestess in reverse. She's a repressed individual who's self-focused fraud. She's a dark person to avoid. She's a toxic know-it-all with antisocial personality disorder. All the secrets are coming out. She has no spirituality. She's an atheist, basically. It's all for show. She has all fake connections. There's absolutely no spirituality in her. All her hidden secrets coming out. She is a low vibe person. She is not the idealistic person. She's not a maybe. She's a flat out no. No to work. She's going to have to go find a job. Everyday job. She's not going to like it. And she will never stop. She also will never stop with her very dark ways. Her devil dark ways. And she will be glowing down. She's going to have to, with the sun in reverse. She's a dark, depressive person to avoid, a very sick person who will never heal. No vitality. She's going to have to stay in the shadows because she's going to be so glowed down and so depressed that she went down the wrong path. Got to give up her attitude. She's an egomaniacal bully. Fear me, God complex, sick. Dark person to avoid. I mean, this just screams Meghan. People are going to avoid her. They're going to know she's antisocial personality, very psychopathic narcissist who's going to keep doing it and never stop. She's going to be very dark. She's going to be living in the shadows, kind of a wallflower of her antisocial ways. And she's probably going to work covertly with that Knight of Pentacles to get herself back up. She's going to do it in the shadows. She's going to work in the shadows because she can't be a celebrity. She can't glow up. Nobody likes her. There's no joy, no happiness, no celebrity. Very sick person of arrogance to avoid. Very dark, depressive. Will never heal because she's antisocial. That is hardwired. You cannot get rid of hardwired. It's for life. And it's forever, and it will never stop. It's going to go on and go on and go on until she's gone. So that's how it lands. So she's not going to be happy with that. The center of the situation, she's not back in the family. She'll never be allowed back into her family or Harry's family. Same thing as Harry. She's going to be that negative legacy of the Ten of Pentacles, never in the royal family. And she's going to act like she's loving and nurturing, and that I am the loving, nurturing one. And how dare they? Because she's going to be indignant, and she's going to deny, deflect, the reverse victim offender, which is that Darvo. Deny, attack, reverse victim offender. Since it's antisocial, dark depressive person, egomaniacal here, always going down there, always dark plans, very mentally sick, vulnerable. And the devil, she's going to always try and stick to that she is the empress of loving, kind, ideal mother, teacher of life. I am the divine feminine, and she will never let that go. She will always try to stick with it, even with a negative legacy, negative outcome, a divorce, lots of divorce, and she bursts these divorces. She actually causes these divorces over pregnancy, over empathy. It's actually her lack of empathy that causes all these divorces. It's her lack of empathy that's actually breaking every family that she connects with. Every family that she connects with, she fakes pregnancy. I believe she did it with Harry. I think she did it with probably the first guy, or she did do it with the first guy, and people are saying that his family's raising her first one, but then they broke up with her. And with Harry, I wholeheartedly believe she got the ring on the finger because she faked a pregnancy, which she knew she could not add to it. She knew she could not add to that family legacy of permanent security. So that's going to fall apart because they are not royal blood. So that's going to fall apart. What she says she birthed, she did not, and they're not going to be part of the royal succession. They will be out. Whatever she claims she birthed for them, she did not. And it won't stick. They won't be in the line of succession, and neither will she. And she will always be like Harry, known as the, with legal issues. She'll be a loss of resources. She's going to always go back and think, wow, I had it so good. Because there's going to be a loss of resources, and she's going to wonder, where do I get my abundance now? Where do I get my abundance? And then she's just going to travel. She took a risk on all this. She thought the universe would bless her, and she's left with shame. Shame, abandonment, the Five of Pentacles. She's got her blown ego of self-pity, hatred, and terrified, very homeless vibe. Nobody's coming to save her. Orphan energy. She has no family to go to, and she took a risk. Here she was offered so much on a platter, and she managed to blow all of it. And she did it with each relationship, and this is no different. And it all boils down to the fact that she's an antisocial, who will always be an antisocial. Hardwired, it will never heal. All the non-healing cards are on the table, the mental illness. So she's going to be known for what she is. That's karma. I call that karma. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoy this. Till next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.